Specific performance of contract. Introduction. Specific performance of contract is a legal remedy under which the court orders the party who has breached the contract to perform the contract according to its exact terms, instead of merely paying compensation. This remedy is mainly governed by the Specific Relief Act, 1963. It is granted in cases where money compensation is not sufficient to remedy the loss suffered by the aggrieved party. Specific performance is an equitable and discretionary remedy, which means it is granted by the court on the basis of fairness, justice, and good conscience. It is most commonly applied in contracts relating to immovable property, where the subject matter is unique. This remedy ensures that contractual obligations are actually fulfilled and justice is properly served. Meaning of specific performance. Specific performance means the actual carrying out of the contract as agreed by the parties. In this remedy, the court directs the party who has failed to perform his promise to do exactly what he had agreed to do under the contract, instead of paying damages. It is granted when monetary compensation is not an adequate remedy for the loss suffered. Specific performance is not a matter of right but is an equitable and discretionary remedy, granted by the court to ensure fairness and justice. Nature of the remedy. Specific performance is an equitable and discretionary remedy. This means that the court is not bound to grant it in every case of breach of contract. The remedy is granted only when it is fair, just, and reasonable to do so. While deciding whether to grant specific performance, the court considers factors such as the conduct of the parties, readiness and willingness of the plaintiff, and whether enforcement of the contract would cause undue hardship to the defendant. Since it is based on equity, the remedy aims to do complete justice rather than merely awarding monetary compensation. When specific performance is granted. Specific performance is usually granted in cases where the subject matter of the contract is unique, such as immovable property. Damages are not an adequate remedy. The plaintiff has acted honestly and fairly. The plaintiff is ready and willing to perform his part of the contract. Contracts for sale of immovable property are the most common cases where specific performance is granted. Specific performance is granted in cases where monetary compensation is not an adequate remedy for the loss suffered by the aggrieved party. It is commonly granted when the subject matter of the contract is unique, such as in contracts relating to immovable property, where damages cannot fully compensate the loss. The court also grants this remedy when the plaintiff has acted honestly, and has proved his readiness and willingness to perform his part of the contract. Specific performance may also be granted where enforcement of the contract is necessary to ensure fairness and justice between the parties. Essentials for granting specific performance. For granting specific performance, the plaintiff must prove existence of a valid and enforceable contract, readiness and willingness to perform his part of the contract, absence of unfair conduct or delay causing prejudice, that damages are not an adequate remedy. Failure to satisfy these conditions may lead to refusal of relief. For granting specific performance of a contract, certain essential conditions must be satisfied. First, there must be a valid and enforceable contract between the parties. Second, the plaintiff must prove his readiness and willingness to perform his part of the contract throughout. Third, the contract should be fair, reasonable, and lawful, and should not be obtained by fraud, misrepresentation, or undue influence. Fourth, damages must not be an adequate remedy for the loss suffered. Lastly, the plaintiff must approach the court with clean hands and without unnecessary delay. Only when these essentials are fulfilled will the court grant the remedy of specific performance. Cases where specific performance is not granted. Specific performance is not granted in the following cases: where damages are an adequate remedy, contracts involving personal skill or personal service, contracts which are vague or uncertain, contracts which are inequitable or cause hardship, contracts which are by nature determinable. Thus, not every contract can be specifically enforced. Specific performance is not granted in certain situations where enforcing the contract would be unfair or impracticable. The court will refuse this remedy when damages are an adequate compensation for the loss suffered. It is also not granted in contracts involving personal skill, personal service, or personal confidence, such as contracts of employment or artistic work. Specific performance is refused when the terms of the contract are uncertain or vague, or when the contract is inequitable or causes undue hardship to the defendant. Further, contracts which are by nature determinable or impossible to perform cannot be specifically enforced. Thus, the court denies specific performance where enforcement would not serve the ends of justice. Specific performance and time as essence of contract. The importance of time as the essence of a contract plays a key role in granting specific performance. In contracts relating to immovable property, time is generally not considered the essence of the contract, unless it is clearly stated in the agreement or implied from the nature of the contract. Therefore, mere delay in performance does not automatically bar specific performance if the plaintiff proves readiness and willingness. However, in commercial and business contracts, time is usually treated as essential, and failure to perform within the fixed time may defeat the claim for specific performance. Thus, whether time is the essence of the contract depends on the nature, terms, and circumstances of each case. Defenses against specific performance. The defendant may oppose specific performance on grounds such as plaintiff's lack of readiness and willingness, delay or laches causing hardship, contract obtained by fraud, misrepresentation, or undue influence, impossibility of performance. If such defenses are proved, the court may refuse the relief. A defendant may raise certain defenses to oppose the grant of specific performance. One important defense is that the plaintiff was not ready and willing to perform his part of the contract. Delay or laches on the part of the plaintiff, which causes hardship or prejudice to the defendant, may also be a valid defense. Specific performance can be refused if the contract was obtained by fraud, misrepresentation, undue influence, or mistake. The defendant may also show that performance has become impossible or unlawful, or that enforcement of the contract would cause undue hardship. If any of these defenses are proved, the court may refuse the remedy of specific performance. Specific performance versus damages. Specific performance and damages are two different remedies for breach of contract. Specific performance requires the actual performance of the contract as agreed, while damages provide monetary compensation for the loss suffered. Damages are the general remedy and are granted in most cases of breach, whereas specific performance is an exceptional and discretionary remedy. Specific performance is granted when money cannot adequately compensate the loss, especially in contracts relating to immovable or unique property. Thus, the main difference lies in actual enforcement of the contract versus financial compensation. Role of court. The court plays a crucial role in granting the remedy of specific performance. Since this remedy is equitable and discretionary, the court carefully examines the facts, circumstances, and conduct of the parties. The court ensures that the plaintiff has acted honestly, is ready and willing to perform his part of the contract, and has approached the court with clean hands. It also considers whether enforcing the contract would cause undue hardship to the defendant. The court applies the principles of equity, justice, and good conscience to ensure that specific performance is granted only when it truly serves the ends of justice. Conclusion. Specific performance of contract is an important equitable remedy that ensures the actual fulfillment of contractual obligations when monetary compensation is not sufficient. It is not granted as a matter of right, but depends on fairness, conduct of the parties, and surrounding circumstances. The court exercises its discretion carefully to prevent injustice or hardship. This remedy plays a vital role in contracts relating to immovable and unique property, where damages cannot fully compensate the loss. A clear understanding of specific performance is essential, as it reflects the balance between law and equity in contract law.